Alright guys, so tonight I'm going to make some corn chowder. It's going to be kind of the base, and then you can make it with some crawfish, or you could also make it with some kielbasa or some sort of like a smoked sausage or something like that. So because my wife isn't a big fan of crawfish, I think I'm going to do the base with the corn and the sausage, and then I think I'm going to make a serving for myself with some crawfish, just to try that out. So I'll go ahead and get some of this stuff cut up and start assembling. As always, I got my sous chef Felix here. And I'll probably do about 2 stalks of celery. And I said 2 stalks, always do 1 extra one, and then my helper here, always just give him 1. He likes celery. It's kind of a loud eater. A little crunchy. Good boy. Just gonna leave these green onions off to the side because I'm gonna put them in just a little bit later than all of the other vegetables. So just got about 2 tablespoons of butter here. Just gonna start this off going on probably about high to get everything going pretty quickly. Just drop that butter in. So I've got the celery going. It's been going in here for, I don't know, a minute, minute and a half. And in the grand scheme of things, is probably not going to make that much of a difference starting it early, especially for how long I'll cook this, because I'll probably let it simmer later on for about 20 minutes. So getting it started early probably isn't going to make that much of a difference, honestly, in terms of the texture that it'll finish at. So I've just got everything in there, and I'll just let that sweat down just a little bit, and then I'll come in with a few seasonings. Really the biggest thing I think is the salt. Getting some salt at this stage just to get the sweat started on some of the aromatics. So everything's been sweating just for a few minutes here. I've just been kind of standing here stirring. I've let it go just a little bit. You can tell everything's kind of, the greens kind of get a lot brighter, and then the onions get a little translucent. I think that's when I usually like to go and add a little bit of the garlic in here. Again, I just want to put this in a little bit later than the first aromatics that go in. The thought process behind that is just to make sure that the garlic doesn't burn at all. Just a little less direct heat. That's kind of the goal behind it. So I think it was about a tablespoon garlic or so. So now that I got that garlic in here, I'm just gonna stir it around a little bit, give it a little bit of heat. You can see I'm starting to get a few brown bits in there. Some of the onions. Gonna stir that a little more, and then this is probably when I'll go ahead and add in the chicken broth. I've got chicken bouillon, so I'll add in the chicken bouillon. Now I've already added some salt in here, so this is going to be like the chicken broth for it. So I usually just like to go kind of like a sprinkle all the way across, And then I'm just gonna go in afterwards with some water. Just had a glass of water in there. Can of cream of chicken. Just gonna stir that to get it dissolved. So I've just got that cream of mushroom in here, or not cream of mushroom, cream of chicken in here. It's dissolved now and it's obviously up to temp. I've got a can of this cream style sweet corn. Just gonna do 1 can of this. Turn this down a little bit too, down to just about a medium for right now while I'm getting all the rest of the ingredients in here. I had started off with 2 bags I had pulled out. I think I'm just gonna do one of these bags. This is still frozen still. I haven't thawed it or anything. It'll thaw as soon as I put it in the pot here, obviously. So just set that to the side. So now I'm just going to stir this, let everything kind of come up to temp again, and then we'll add in some additional ingredients. I had these 2 green onions that I had cut up earlier. I'm just going to go ahead and put 2 of these in, and then I'll add some more in later, kind of as a garnish. Alright, so I got these golden potatoes cut up, and I just got them into smaller cubes. And then I just did the same with that sausage, that kielbasa. I've just got it in a pan, and I'll go ahead and get this started and get it browning on the other side. I'll get these cubed up potatoes. This was just 2 small ones, about the size of your palm. I'll just go ahead and add these in. So this is a pretty good base to, I guess like a soup, a corn soup or a corn chowder right here. Just with the ingredients that are in here right now. And then you can kind of really customize it to whatever you want to do. Obviously, whether you just want to do just the crawfish, or if you want to do just the sausage and the crawfish. You could even do some chicken. Just a pretty good soup base, it seems like. So I'm going to get this sausage browned up, and then once I get it browned up, I'll go ahead and again transfer this into the pot. This is just gonna cook really until the potatoes start to soften up. And then additionally, while this sausage is browning up, I've just got those potatoes in again. I'm just gonna add some of the seasonings and Worcestershire sauce in here. So just gonna go with a few little sprinkles. I like Worcestershire sauce, so just put however much you want in there. Just a little garlic powder. Just a little onion powder. A little Cajun seasoning. This does have salt in it, so actually I probably won't put that other salt in there, but just because I've already got some of the salt in there along with the chicken bouillon. I didn't put a whole lot in there, so this is where I'll kind of, really I think the main purpose of the Cajuns kind of add a little bit of spice, and I think the cayenne really does that the most. So that's kind of why I like to supplement the Cajun seasoning I like to do it that way. That way you don't get all the salt as well. So just give that a mix, and then again I'll let this cook for probably around 20 minutes or so. Just really until some of those potatoes get soft. So I just went ahead and covered the chowder, the soup, with just a lid. And then I think I've got these, the sausage in here pretty much brown to where I was wanting to try and get it to. I just wanted to get a little color on it. And you can kind of see some of that fat's rendered. It's almost just kind of frying itself. I didn't add any additional fat to this pan. Just started these just how they were. So what I'll go ahead and do is, this is again probably about medium low. Especially with the lid, you can turn it down just a little bit. And then what I'm going to do, just turn this off for a second. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and add in sausage just to the pot. And then there's a little extra grease, I guess, from the sausage. And then what I'll do is I'll warm the crawfish up using that grease. So this is also, when you're stirring it, you can kind of hear it kind of hit the bottom, some of the liquid. So I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and add some additional liquid into this. You can see too, it's pretty thick. I just want it a little thinner than that, and of course it'll thicken up too as those potatoes cook. So probably add about a cup of water. We'll see how that affects the texture. Okay, that thinned it out a decent amount. Start the crawfish in here. What I did is I've just got this pack of crawfish. It's frozen, so I just snapped it in half just because I'm not going to make the whole serving. You could just do this whole thing and just put it in the pot. I'm just going to do about half of this. So this is 3/4 of a pound. I'm just going to add that into the pot, and then I'm going to warm that up. I'm just going to put this away, and then I'm just going to warm that up in the grease that I had in there. So I've got the crawfish just in this pan warming up. I ended up adding a little bit of extra water just to kind of break up that frozen block, and I've got those warmed up. I also added a little bit of Cajun seasoning. Had them up to high. You see they're simmering now, so they should be up to temp. So I'll probably just turn those down to low just to make sure that this is going to be good. I just kind of built almost put a few spoonfuls of the chowder on this spoon, and then put a little crawfish just to kind of taste. So I'll go ahead and do that. So I just tried that small spoon with the crawfish, and I think it tastes pretty good. So I think what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and make sure that the potatoes are done just in the main pot. Potatoes are nice and soft now, so what I'll do again, I got this other pot with the crawfish just so that I've got a pot with and without, and then I'm just gonna do a few ladles of some of this chowder. Felix is in the background playing, so it's kind of loud. Do one more ladle. Alright, here's how the soup finished up. You can see there's a little bit of crawfish in here. Got the sausage, the corn, you can see some of the bell pepper and the onion. So I just got the green onion. If your cutting board's dirty, just the easy way, it takes a little bit of scissors. This is just for garnish, so I'll add a few on the whites, and then I'll take some greens. Just adds a little pop of flavor at the end. And then it should be ready to eat. So there you go. Enjoy, guys.